Hello, my beautiful listeners. Welcome back to Resilient Hearts, turning breakdowns into breakthroughs. Divorce isn't just the end of a relationship, it's the beginning of a new, uncharted chapter. While some women feel relief and freedom, many experience something unexpected: loneliness. Who do I talk to now? Will I ever feel connected again? How do I build a new life when everything feels so empty? If you've been feeling this way, you're not alone. Today, we are going to talk about how to deal with loneliness after divorce, how to reconnect with yourself, build meaningful relationships, and find joy again. And if you're looking for a structured guidance on this journey, my Silver Divorce Toolkit is designed to help you step by step with mindset exercises, self-discovery tools, and strategies for emotional healing. More on that later. For now, let's start by understanding why loneliness feels so overwhelming after divorce and what can we do about it. One of the hardest parts about divorce is that it changes your daily life completely. Your routines shift, even if the marriage wasn't happy, yet it was familiar, right? Your social circle may change, some friends and family take sides, and suddenly you feel disconnected. You might struggle with self-identity. If you've been a wife or a partner for years, who are you now? And because society often tells us that being single means being alone, it's easy to fall in the trap of believing that your life is now less than what it was. But here's the truth. Loneliness is not about being alone. It's about feeling disconnected from yourself, from others, and from life. Should I say that again? I'll repeat that for you. Loneliness is not about being alone. It's about feeling disconnected from yourself, from others, and from life. Just let that sink in. Let's talk about how to rebuild those connections. Step 1. Reconnect with yourself first. You might not realize it yet, but you are your own best companion. Start by rediscovering what you love. What brings you joy that you haven't done in years? What hobbies, passions, or dreams were put on hold? What excites you about the life ahead? When we focus too much on who isn't there, we forget who is still here, ourselves. And that's most important. What you can do is, each morning, just ask yourself, what's the one thing I can do today that brings me joy? And then just do it. Even if it's something as small as going for a walk, even if it feels unfamiliar to you, do it. Because rebuilding joy starts with tiny, intentional moments of happiness. Step 2. Rebuild your social life the right way. After divorce, it can feel like you're suddenly on the outside looking in. Maybe your friends are still in their marriages and don't understand your journey. Maybe family avoids talking about it, or probably they're not accepting it. Maybe you just don't know where to start. The key is to build relationships that support you and your growth, not drain you. Reconnect with old friends, the ones who uplift you. Join communities of like-minded people, whether it's a book club, a fitness group, or a divorce support network. Make new friendships based on who you are now, not who you were in your marriage. And most importantly, don't be afraid to take the first step. You could try this. If there's someone you've lost in touch with, send them a simple text. Hey, I was thinking about you today. Let's catch up soon. That's all you need to mention. Most people appreciate reconnecting. They're just waiting for someone to reach out first. Why not let it be you? Now step 3. Shift loneliness into empowerment. I'll repeat that. Shift loneliness into empowerment. Here's a reframe that changed my life. Loneliness is not a punishment, it's an invitation. An invitation to meet yourself in ways you never have before. Find strength in solitude. Step into the most powerful version of you. Because being alone doesn't have to mean being lonely. When you start seeing solitude as a sacred space for growth, everything shifts. Because, your life isn't empty, it's just waiting to be filled with new moments of joy. So, shift that loneliness into empowerment. Step into the most powerful version of you. Because being alone doesn't have to mean being lonely. When I work with women who feel stuck in loneliness after divorce, I often give them one simple exercise. Every time you're lonely, ask yourself, how can I turn this moment into a moment of self-love? Maybe it's journaling, maybe it's meditating, maybe it's dancing in your living room to your favorite song. One of my favorite exercises from the Silver Divorce Toolkit is all about rediscovering joy in small daily moments. Because healing doesn't happen all at once, it happens in tiny intentional steps. Let's do an affirmation, right? Before we end today's episode. So just breathe in. And as you exhale, let go of fear. Repeat after me. I am whole, even when I stand alone. I'm discovering joy in my own company. I'm stepping into a beautiful new chapter. Let's do that once more. I am whole, even when I stand alone. I am discovering joy in my own company. I am stepping into a beautiful new chapter. My beautiful listeners, if you're feeling lonely right now, know this. You're not alone. And next week, we are diving into something just as important. They mean well, but how do we set healthy boundaries with family and friends after divorce? Because after divorce, everyone suddenly has an opinion. You should have tried harder. You should have started dating again. Or what about the kids? Sounds familiar? If it does, next week, join me. We'll talk about how to set firm yet loving boundaries that protect your peace without guilt. If today's episode resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you're looking for some deeper guidance on navigating post-divorce life, I have some simple but powerful exercises in my Silver Divorce Toolkit. Check out the link in the show notes. As always, you're stronger than you think, and I'll see you next week. Take care till then. Bye.